What's up, broskies? How's everybody doing? How's your guys' day? How's everybody doing? Wow, look at these candles. I sent the Zoom link in the clubhouse. It's good, Bougie. How are you? Take a quick dab before I start talking. Let me get a little post on Instagram. All right, let's get this analysis going. Damn, how hot is it in my room? 72? Why do I feel so hot? Fuck it. So, market open today, right? Let's take a look at this monthly candle. The ending of the month is this week right now. So this month has a tiny bottom wick here. $170 range for this entire monthly candle. Just looking at this monthly, we could be seeing, well, this could have already been the pullback. It depends how much volume we have on this week coming up. We got to see what news will do. Because this is already a massive week. It's larger than the average. It's about, geez. This is a massive month. This week alone is 460 pips. These weeks are, yeah. We've driven about halfway through a weekly range in a day. Insane. So, a couple of things here. we've respected this level of resistance here on the weekly time frame. We've rejected it, and this candle came down rejecting it, confirming that we're rejecting it. Now, we don't have a top wick here. We do not have a top wick on this weekly candle, and the week is fresh. So, knowing that this is an area of resistance and we don't have a top wick on the weekly candle, what happened last time price rejected off of here? We had one break, two break, and then it retested a third time before actually rejecting. Right now, we only have one test on these weekly candles, right? And we have no top wick. So with that in mind, if we're going to see a reversal, we're likely going to see this try to come up to create a top wick for this weekly, or at least somewhere close. It doesn't have to be at the top wick, right? It could be something like this. Let me see if I can. It might be something like, this. Right? How do I go back? So it might be something like this. So I might come up, try to grab a wick. No, that's ugly. It would look more like this would be the body, and this would be the wick. So we don't necessarily have to make a top wick for that, right? It could come up to that level. So with that being said, we could look for some buys off these weekly levels on our way up to this range, which is a massive range. That range itself is 300 pips. I don't know what this world thing is. Yo, do any of you guys know what this little world symbol is right here? New drawings will not be synced. Oh, okay. No, I want all my drawings to be synced. So, with that being said, let's see what's happening on the daily. We're at a level of support here, right? So, because the daily is at a level of support, we know that we're looking for price to come up to create a top wick for this weekly before continuing down. So, we can be looking for some buys in this area. Our daily doesn't have a bottom wick, though. Our daily doesn't have a bottom wick, and we have some resistance right here that we're tapping into. So, is the drive going to be now? It's possible it's not, right? It's possible it'll be using these levels here to reject off of creating that bottom wick for the daily, and then a continuation of, right? We might be getting something like, these are just ideas, right? This is probably what the higher probability says, that we're going to come back down, retest these areas, grab a bottom wick for the weekly before, or for the daily before coming back up to shoot for the highs again, to retest the weekly open over here. So where can we reject off of? The rejections are somewhere up here, which gives us about 50 pips, 30 to 50 pips before any sort of major hourly resistance. Yeah, before any major 30-minute resistance. So we can be looking for some buys. I would only really target this area here. I wouldn't target anything steeper. Knowing that we don't have a bottom wick for the daily, we could possibly reject very steeply and continue up. And if the case that we blow through this area and create support above it and break out, then I would be looking for breakout entries right here. So, but for tonight, so how can we scalp some buys here? Well, I would like to see a higher time frame closure above the most recent ranges. I would like to see a pullback attempting to create a bottom wick for this area, maybe bouncing off these levels of support here, confirming this as a support, not just a breakout. I want to see a pullback. I want to see a bearish candle. Then I want to see a bullish. I want to see a support being formed here before a breakout to the upside, right? That's what I'm really trying to see because we are at a very strong level. We have like some minor levels here. These are some minor levels that can cause some issues here, but these are the major levels, right, that we're targeting. These are the major levels that we're targeting with a couple of minor levels in the middle. Some minor little resistances. What up, Chris? I'm about to send you $5 for showing up. Psych. Psych, my dude. Psych. I appreciate you, broski. A rebreak of the high here would have caused drawdown, and then I would have had to pineapple there if I would have taken the rebreak of the high here. That only went 5 pips. The drawdown wasn't too bad. This is 15. I'm gonna have a buy stop here. Yeah, Chris, what's a nickel? What strategy is that? We're closing, respecting these levels here. You really gotta respect these levels. It's when you flip a coin, heads is buys, tails is sells. Where's my lucky coin? Where you at? Damn. I can't find my lucky coin. Found it. Look, look, look. Check this out. This is what the market does to my fucking money. Check this out. Watch. Watch. Bam. And then you just and steal it from somebody else. Alright, so I got this 50-cent piece. What'd you say? Heads is buys, tails is sells? Landed on heads, baby. So this 5 minute is about to close. It just closed right now. Bearish as buy stop is trash. Let's wait for this 30 minute. I'm only interested in buys on NQ once we re-break the daily high to start continuing to fill these ranges up here. So I might be switching off back and forth from NQ. Let's wait for that 5 minute closure. Nickel. The K is part of the strat. Damn, if you start driving up now. Unfortunately, that's not my setup. I mean, it can be. Are you gonna be the candle that pushes us out? Are you gonna be the gladiator? Oh man, Chris said the nickel. This looks like it's gonna take the fuck off, right? This looks like it's just gonna take off. My buy stops up here wouldn't be bad if we weren't having a 30-minute closure within the next 30 minutes. Within the next 3 minutes, we know that we don't have a bottom wick on this current 30-minute, meaning that the next 30-minute candle, if it wanted to drive up, the most likely thing that it's going to do is pull back, create a bottom wick somewhere before starting to drive up. Now, if by any chance these last 3 minutes pull up and activate me, if we are truly bullish, we're still going to see a pullback, a bottom wick, and then a drive. So I don't want to be part of that bottom wick, right, while in drawdown. So I'd rather take the rebreak of the high or maybe the flip of the 30, or maybe we can take a setup down here when we make that bottom wick. Or if we respect these areas right here, right, we get a closure, we get a bottom wick to these areas here, and then a flip, we can take some entries on the flip of the 30 here. Maybe if we get like a money printer kind of setup to the bottom areas here, we can get an entry down here. Ideally, I want to see these lows be broken and then price come back up to get some sort of sweep, right? I want to see these lows get broken, price fake out back into range, and then we can take an entry somewhere like here on the rebreak of the highs here. Yeah, one time I wanted to see if I can get a silver 50-cent piece, so I just bought a bunch of 50-cent pieces and I didn't get anything. So I just kept one and then went to the bank with the rest. One 50-cent piece. I don't know, having a big ass coin on my desk feels cool. Oh yeah, gang, I restarted my powerlifting routine, so I'm like starting from ground zero and I did 185 on the bench for 3 reps for 3 sets, and I was supposed to do 5 by 5. I felt weak as fuck. We'll see next week how my deadlifts feel. Yeah, normally I do 225 or 245. It depends how I'm feeling. But I felt weak, weak. 30 minutes candle closure. What is this top wick? 7 pips. It's not much of a bottom wick there. My gym is a whole. Look at that. Everything that I've learned from trial and error. Yeah, my bench is trash, bro. My bench is really bad. My other lifts are much better. I have fucking octopus arms, bro. My arms are long as shit. I have long legs, long arms, and a short upper body, a short torso. The most I've ever benched was with Chris, and I was 245 for like 2 reps or 3 reps. And the most I deadlifted was 410 for 1 rep. And then I was doing 405. Sorry, 415 because it was 2 10s on each side. So 425. I don't even know. Powerlifting. Yeah, my this Asian dude that holds the record in my state for bench press. He hits three. Not his Asian dude. What am I saying? The Spanish kid. He holds the record in my state in Florida, and he goes to my gym. And I've just secretly copied his routine. And he weighs in on stage at 130 and does 305 at a drug tested meet at a 130 body weight. I like powerlifting. Yeah, my goal is to get on that top 10 list for the deadlift. I know I can for my weight class, especially if I switch to sumo. Hey, bro, I'm trying to get a record. Whatever it takes. I only do conventional, and I can do over 4 plates conventional, so I imagine sumo, I can maybe add an extra plate on there and do 5. So the top 10 totals for powerlifting for my weight class would be about 1,200 to 1,100 pounds total, and I have a just under 1,000 pound total. So I gotta bring up my total by 100 pounds to place, and then do a weight cut to come down. Yeah, I mainly have to get. I have more room to improve, like at least another 100 pounds on my deadlift, and at least another like 40 pounds on my bench, and then maybe I don't do that. So talking about benching, deadlifting, and squatting. I would like to try that though. I would need to go to like a CrossFit gym to get the technique down, because I can shoulder press pretty good. I can bent over row well over my body weight. I can upright row pretty well. So with those 3 lifts that kind of make that whole movement, if I get that technique right, I can do a pretty good amount. The last time I shoulder press was like 2 months ago. Not shoulder press. Yeah, it is a shoulder press, but I did it with the bar, 135. Without the bar, I haven't done it at all. I usually do the machine. I usually do one compound movement followed by the rest machines. So I go heavy as I can on the compound movement, and then the rest I do machines. So on the machine I put a 45 and a 25 on each side to do shoulders. That's after I shoulder press. Standing up, I don't do it sitting down. Sitting down, the one in my gym fucking sucks. Makes my neck hurt trying to pull that bar over, especially not having a spotter. So like I pick up the bar on my chest and then I do like a jump to get it up and then I do the rest. So I kind of clean it, but I don't do the pull. Jeez, you just rejected that. And we're coming down now. So what is the Nasdaq doing? The Nasdaq is being suspect. Yeah, I usually bring the bar up to my chest off the rack, and then I pop it up with a little jump, and then I don't go all the way down. I go parallel. I have long ass arms, bro. If I go all the way down, Bro, look how much fucking movement that is. My arms are incredibly long. That's horrible. I'm not training to be Mr. Olympia. I'm just trying to get like a Florida state record. Not state record, maybe top 5. So when the list pops up, my name's on there. I'm like top 20, like top 25. That's how close it is. Like I need an extra 100 and like 25 pounds to place top 5. But between top 5 and first place, there's like a 20-pound, 30-pound difference. So it's like that close. So there's like 30 guys with like 1,000-pound total, which is what I have now. So it's a pretty average for the average power lifter. What are we doing here? So we knew we were gonna come down today to grab a bottom wick, right? We failed to drive up, but this could still be the higher low before continuing up. We're at a previous resistance. We might be able to turn this into support before continuing up to make a top wick on this 15 and 30 that we don't have a top wick on, right? So we formed support here. Now in the 5-minute, this 5-minute came down to grab a bottom wick. So if this 5 minutes starts to flip bullish here, that'd actually be pretty good. We get a bullish flip here. We have like 18 pips to the daily high. And then if we flip, we have like 50 pips to the next range with like a 50 pips stop loss on the break of the daily low. Not bad. I'm going to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna have a buy stop here. Just if we flip. Damn, I'm fucking cold. I'm closing this. We closed with no top wick here. We closed with no bottom wick here. We came down to grab a bottom wick for this, and we failed to drive. And we came. Now the next candle could easily come up to grab a top wick for this 5, and then come down. So since that failed to happen, I'm gonna delete my entries. It could flip right now, perfectly fine, but that's not my entry. See this candle chop here? I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, here, this range isn't the same here. right? It still is 18 pips to the high. My bad, gang. I was talking about drugs, so I had to mute that. So we had a closure respecting this level. We have no top wick on this 15, so that same idea could play out here, right, on the that we were anticipating earlier here. But what are we bouncing off here? We're just making lower lows and lower highs. We're starting to scoop here, so there's nothing really interesting. There's nothing really interesting. I mean, this flip bullish could be interesting, but we have a level of resistance really close above, right? So do I want to scalp 7 pips for a potential 50 pip stop? I don't think so. Sells, but I'm conflicted. So I would agree with you, but this is ugly as shit. We're kind of just in the middle, right? This would have been a nice one, but this shit pushed down all the way to the next range in one candle. So to get that sell was kind of difficult. Maybe the retest. It's fruity or something. That fruity butthole. That's exactly what you just said. Side conversations. Get the? Get the? Motherfucker said source, nigga, Google. Alright, let me get this blunt. You know what my boy did? He was here on Friday and he went buys. And look what the fuck happened over the weekend. Market open destroyed him. Holy shit. Is this chop? Jeez. Jeez. Whoa. ¿Qué está pasando aquí? Honestly, that was unexpected. There was nothing. If you were trying to take like a 15-minute like wick entry or something like that, this push down was unexpected. That's just part of the game. The no top wick here, the no top wick here. You're anticipating price to come up and grab a top wick, and look what this 5-minute candle did. It came up, it grabbed the top wick for this 15-minute. It attempted to grab a top wick for this level here, and then it drove down. So you don't necessarily have to come up to grab a top wick. It just has to create proper structure on the way down for you to know that it's not going to come back to create that top wick. What are we going to do here? Are we going to break the lows and continue bearish now? Or are we going to make that bottom wick for the daily, or attempt to make the bottom wick for the daily and then start driving up? That's the key question that we've been trying to figure out all night. That's the key question. How many of y'all speak Spanish? Why? I don't speak any other language besides Spanish. Are we going to do AI translation? Yeah, exactly, Jay. Sometimes things are obvious and sometimes things are not. Just because, so there's a difference between your analysis and your entry showing, right? You might be correct on the analysis, you might be correct on the sales, but your entry didn't show, your entry type didn't form, right? And that's where your edge is at. So just because you're correct on the direction of the market and where the target is, if you didn't see your entry type, there's no point in getting in. You don't have an entry. You could be right about 9 things, but if that 10th thing doesn't align, I'm sorry, brother, you don't have an entry. What up, Dev? What have you guys done today? %, my guy. You're a savage. Whew. You know what 8% is? 8% is what the fucking Nasdaq moved today in a single day or some shit. What percentage was this drop, dude? No, 5% day on the Nasdaq. Oh, if anybody that would have taken a short here off the market open and held for this entire move, a one lot would have been up $35,000 in a day. So my chart on the Nasdaq disappeared, right? So what do I do on days like these? You can catch the sells continuing down, right? But I came here and I started marking up these levels. I came and I started marking up this 4-hour level. Marked up this 4-hour level, and then I marked up this 4-hour level right here. So once I saw price tap this 4-hour level, let's go down to the 1-minute time frame. And on our way down, what happened here? Once we tapped this level here, I instantly took a buy on the flip bullish here, and I caught 34 pips. And then I waited for the next 4-hour level. I saw this level got hit, and we broke through it and respected this level. So on our way back up here, I believe after this push up back into this range, I took buys coming up here. Then I took another buy to finish off this push here, and then I took another buy to finish off this push here, and that's where I finished the day up 50 pips on the Nasdaq. So catching these 4-hour reversal levels, I was going to take a buy and hold it here, but look at this fucking pullback. This thing drove 360 points and then pulled back another 144 before continuing the move. There's no way that I can hold that much drawdown, and if I were to use a 0.1, it would take forever. So I'd rather scalp these moves on the way up. But I mean, just look at how it respects this 4-hour level here, right? We faked out on the 4-hour level. We came up. We created support here. We respected that support and drove off. So this was just a rinse and repeat kind of day off these levels. I mean, there was 1, 2, 3 opportunities to get out of here and profit if you would have had an entry down here. The Dow Jones. Okay. 57% of you guys speak Spanish. So my uncle on my social media, and he was asking me about trading and stuff, and he speaks English, but I prefer to speak to my uncle in Spanish, especially since we talk about a lot of sophisticated things. I use it to really practice how I speak in Spanish, especially explaining sophisticated things. And I was like, all right, let's see if I can explain this trading shit in Spanish. And he understood everything that I was saying, and I rarely had to switch it up into English to explain something. So I'm gonna probably start doing some Spanish videos. For my Cuban people. For my que hola cere. For my que lo que. Listen, in my family, we have everything. My family, we have Mexican, we have Dominican, we have Chinese, we don't have no Puerto Ricans anymore. They're like long gone. We don't talk to them anymore. Bro, our family has everything. You come to our family party, you're gonna see Dominicans, you're gonna see Cubans, you're gonna see Mexicans, and then you're gonna see 2 people that look Chinese as hell. And those are my uncle and his mom, Chino and China. Yeah, bro, I'm diverse as hell, bro. Our family is insane. Ice about to come find your ass. Bro, the way Trump is doing, bro, he's doing a shitty job of deporting people, bro. I think we're fucking good. Right now, I think he's just fighting the cartel. There was the cartel snuck up on the army that was sitting across in Texas, and the cartel shot at them and was shooting at their trucks and almost killed one of them, and the army had to shoot them back, and they were using drones to see where the cartel was. So the cartel is like raging war against the army people on the border. No, they was caught on drones. We saw the video of the cartel people shooting at the.
It's really cartel.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be fake, but there's already other instances of the cartel people shooting over the
why would they do it with Trump when Trump is? It's not.
Because we're at the border, brother. They can't smuggle their drugs across the border. They gotta espantarlo. They gotta scare them away and say, okay, cool. These people are shooting at us. Let me get out of the way so we can start bringing the drugs back in. The cartel's in the way. The army's in the way. You can't. The army's in the way. How are they gonna fly their planes through, their submarines through, whatever they used to get through when the army's in the way? Especially now when like 5 politicians got caught from they were helping smuggle drugs.
Okay.
No, bro, of course they have ways. Of course they have ways. But crossing the border through people with drugs is one of the ways, and now the army's in the way, so they're shooting at each other.
But that's not even a fraction, bro.
No, it's crazy. Damn. You took the money printer here, you fucking savage.
He's gonna fight against yo bitch ass man, you can't split. You must.
This level is tough for me, right? This level is very strong. So I want to make sure we don't use this level and respect it as a resistance to continue pushing down, rebreaking the daily lows. So I want to confirm this is the daily low. I mean, we did kind of sweep these lows here. I think this was the 6 p.m. low. No. What was the low of day? The low of day was right here. So we didn't sweep previous daily low. We didn't do shit close to previous daily low. That was the 15-minute flip. Full for 17. You savage. Would you take the money printer off the 1 minute? Huh. How come I didn't see that? What was I doing at 9:04 p.m.? Oh, I didn't even notice the hourly closed. Damn, I'm cold, bro. That's why. It's opposite for us, bro. When you're cold, I'm hot.
Hot as hell. 2 minutes ago. Wait, before you open the window.
The window was open the entire time.
Buddy, you're anemic.
What does that mean?
You're always cold.
Nah, bro. Yesterday you had the hoodie on and everything, and I just had a regular shirt on. Or the other day when you were here.
Yeah, I went outside to walk your dog in my socks.
No, it wasn't that day. It was more recent. Some had a client this morning that she asked me the repair price, and I'm like, oh, it's $325, and she's like, oh, when can you do it? And I'm like, oh, you gotta call the office so they can put it on my schedule. And when I wrote the price down on the quote, she goes, 325? I thought you said 325. And I'm like, no, ma'am, it's 325. I told you it was an expensive product. It was 325.
You gotta say that. But, you know,
I told her first it was an expensive product.
Because I be telling customers like 1100, and I know that's obvious what it means, but I feel like they always like, or I'll be like 32, as in 32,000, and then they'll be like 3,200, and then I'll be like, hey, what?
Like you. Like, I mean, I felt bad, and I'm like, well, that's why I started off with, it's expensive.
Nah, but
and then I said,
like those little things,
325.
You just realize, like, to avoid the problem, you just next time just say 325. Yeah, so
Thanks here, you savage. Trump wanted universal tariffs and much bigger than 2.5%. What does that mean? Wow, look how we tapped my line so cleanly. Man. Oh well. Trompipuski. Wow, look at that dump in a second, G. How steep is that gonna be? That's like 15 seconds for this closure. 15 seconds, buddy. I gotta wait for that. I gotta wait for that closure. I can't have a buy stop here. Trump announced tariffs at higher than 2.5%, and this thing started shooting up, right? We just had a closure on the 5-minute time frame, but we've hit this EMA here, so SMA, so we could be rejecting off that. So a buy stop here is a little tricky. Buy stop is a little tricky. Because if this is going to fill this whole range back up, we're going to see probably a steeper wick on that 15. It is there on the 1 minute. That's such a perfect money printer. Wow. That's so perfect, dude. That's so perfect. Have you contemplated upping your risk like crazy? Because these trades tend to not go into drawdown once they play out. So maybe like keeping tight stops, and once it flips, you're in there like at 3 times the size, anticipating for, like a 20 pip stop loss or something like that. That would be a good idea. I haven't really been forward testing the money printer as much, but that was clean. Oh, so I guess those buy stops would have worked out. And that drove like crazy. I see, I see, I see. Was more a variation. Ah. Yeah, maybe that first money printer was a little too quick. Maybe the first one was a little too quick. I don't know how quickly this happened. But a retest of this area. So, I really wanted to take buys here. But now that this is moving, we're headed towards resistance. Being that we're headed towards resistance, I don't want to sit for one of those hard pullbacks, right? The news dropped, and this is the aftermath of the news. Is that enough to push it for the entire day and give that Nasdaq that full reversal that it needs? Right? Are we reversing fully on the Nasdaq here to flip bullish? Man, I would kind of like to see a steeper bottom wick here. What happened? Elizabeth got a new apartment? Apartment registry? Get the. I'm about to buy you a $10 item.
Nigga, that $10 item looks high.
I should have done an apartment registry.
Yeah.
I bought all my shit. I didn't know that we could do an apartment registry. I bought all my shit.
That's what white people do. They bought Sam a bunch of shit when we did the housewarming party. They bought a bunch of shit. How about it's over?
You told me to get her el más gordo que yo puse. You gotta be careful with the grinded.
Oh, I rolled a pretty small bill.
That's exactly why you just gotta take some paper off and roll it. Imagine being gay like you, bro. Imagine having another man roll your blunts. Come on, chat. Never be like that. One off-tip trading rule is you always roll your own blunts.
Chat.
You never let another man do it for you.
Chat, when have you ever seen a patch on a mustache?
That's why I use chemicals, bro. So, I was watching a Cuban guy, right? He was
Hold on, chat. If you need reference,
they see my Instagram, they see my beard. So there's this Cuban guy, right, that rolls Cuban cigars, and he was explaining how when people have professional blunt rollers, they use tree sap to seal the blunt, so it's not another man going. But you know, we're family, so it don't matter, but. Look at Chris saying we're both gay. Also, you want to show off your skills, right? As a Cuban, if you pull up with a gar, they're gonna be like, "Oye, ¿qué clase cogiva?"
yep.
Whenever you roll a fatty, we call them cojivas. So what, are you hungry, bro? You gotta fast. Bougie, how long do you fast for, bro? And how much do you weigh, if you don't mind me asking?
Is that Chris?
Yeah.
I just realized what you were saying about earlier, Chris.
So, what do we have here? We have price starting to consolidate here. Price is starting to form support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. It's looking on the higher time frame that it wants to drive down. Maybe a rebreak of the low could give us some sort of push down. But when you look at the smaller time frame, you have support there, support there, support there. On the 1 minute, you have rejection, rejection. So is that flip really going to be the higher probability flip? Maybe. Maybe with the way the tech stocks are looking and the way that we close back into range, we're starting to scoop here. We're using this as a resistance now. If we do flip now, maybe that could be. No, not you, Chris. I don't know if you fast. I said bougie. My dog bougie.
Chris looked like he fasted his whole life.
Nah, Chris made some good progress at the gym with me. Chris made some good progress.
Because he called me gay. They both have green though.
So weird how for the first couple hours of the stream everything works fine, and then halfway through the stream it like hits a lag spike. Like, why? Make it make sense. Yeah, how long do you fast for? Give me a bottom wick on this 5 minute, and then I can take the rebreak of the high. Please, my friend. I tried to copy one of Mario's parlays, and I fucked it up, and I lost $20. Fast 18 hours a day, 5 days a week. Bougie? It really depends. See?
Fasted today. How many? That's gonna be been 12 hours. Fasting.
Look at this gap. On my days off, I won't eat until post-workout.
Technically, I'm fasting more than just 12 hours because I don't eat from like say 11 to 7 or 9 in the morning. So that's 8 plus a 12. Fasted 20 hours. No, I fasted 18 hours.
So you gotta keep fasting.
Yeah, fasted 18 hours.
I normally stop eating around 10, and then I have my breakfast around 8. So that's 10 hours of fasting.
Well,
What's going on here, bud? This 15 is doing the weirdest shit ever. It's trying to flip, but it's not. It's trying to flip, but it's not. It's trying to flip, but it's not. There's the flip, the actual flip, finally.
my house is the K cereal. It's actually not even K cereal, it's actually like a protein cereal.
They make a protein cereal now with like 20 grams of protein.
So I just said the protein cereal. It's not a K cereal. I just remember that I was about to get the K cereal, and I was like, and I looked at the things, and then I saw that protein cereal, strawberry cereal, because the Frosted Flakes taste too plain, and putting sugar would kill the point. I gotta cut down on my sugar.
Thing is that things high in sugar make you want to eat it more, and then so you just fucking destroy it. It's like me with like salty foods. When something's got like really good fucking seasoning on it and a good crunch, bro, I'll be eating like fucking crazy. If I get a snack that's like, or a bag of chips that for some reason tastes good that day, or they baked it like extra better that day, I'll eat the whole fucking bag. An entire family size bag. And those are like 800 or 900 calories, that entire fucking bag. So I'll devour 900 calories in one sitting. And it doesn't even make a dent in your stomach because of how light the chips are.
What if I just block Chris? Would it let me even though he's a moderator?
No, Chris is a moderator. You can. Also, if you're burning a bunch of calories on work days, it may be better if you have a giant protein shake slash smoothie in the morning to burn off the whole day, than eat when you get off. Yeah, I basically break my fast with 2 cups of milk and coffee. So, apart from this Trump tweet, this Trump news that came out that moved us 60 pips in one direction, we froze. It looks like the only volume tonight, it's not going to be orders, it's going to be just Trump related news. I can't stand that. That's annoying. I wonder why I didn't get notified of that. Read this chat. Then I saved our entire bloodline because I locked in. Go get you whatever you need. Yeah. $30-minute closure, no bottom wick. You're gay. 30-minute closure, bearish, respecting support. Come on, charts. Por favor, do me a favor and move. Yo, 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 yo. I'm gonna have a buy stop here. I'm activated. I'm gonna give myself till like here. See if we can get this hourly to flip bullish. This 30-minute to flip and break the highs. See if we can get that push. That Greek yogurt's fire, right? The Greek yogurt has 140 calories and 13 grams of protein per serving. So when you buy a protein bar at the store, it has 250 calories for 20 grams of protein. So you're better off eating the Greek yogurt, mixing in a half a cup of milk. It's under 300 calories and it's got your 20 grams of protein. And you literally just made a strawberry milkshake. So you're better off eating natural food instead of going to eat a protein bar. Just go mix some Greek yogurt with some milk, throw a little bit of ice in there, and now you have a strawberry frosty. The Greek yogurt and the milk will make it extra creamy. I got a crazy entry at the bottom of this range on that crazy 1 minute to hit the max 5 seconds after I click buy. Would you say you had a maximum of 5 seconds in your trade? Oh, nice. Yeah, this has to drive. This hovering here wasn't ideal. The 15-minute flipping bullish and breaking the highs was supposed to be the drive up at least to get us maybe to these areas here. Right, we have 23 pips to the next major resistance. Maybe to tap one of the EMAs here, or the SMAs, sorry. Yeah, this push up was very interesting. One's exponential and one is simple. I don't really know the difference. I just know that I like the simple. I still draw my lines and my levels and my it's mainly to identify trend. And we are kind of staying above the lower right now, so this is kind of a reversal trade. Reversals are a little bit more tricky. Right, reversals are a little bit more of the tricky kind of trade. So if this does start coming down and breaking the lows, that starts to lower the validity of the trade. So we have to be very careful here. So you can close now like at minus 10 pips. It's not a big deal if you don't want to lose any money. But I'm holding for like 50 or 60 pips stop loss. Buys. Holy crap. Yeah. Yep. That 15-minute fake out, huh? Oh yeah, it looks much lower here. Ow, my nose. Looks much lower there. Oof. Damn, that got in my nose, dude. Damn, that got in my nose, bro. Fuck. Eddie, you're in my signals, right? Would it be worth it to just take my trade for 1 week? I trade max 60 pips stop loss even for 2 pineapples, 2 positions, 30 pips. I'm up racks and you have access to my trades. I don't know if I have. I made a new Discord. So I lost access to all my channels. But I don't take signals anymore. I take my own trades now. I have a few accounts, so I'm working on getting to payout. I gotta start getting payout on these fundeds. If not, I'm gonna go back to my live account. But since I've been able to pass them, I just kind of choke a little bit when I get to the live accounts. I just have to send it full send. Just full send. I feel you, bro. I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you, homie. Like today I'm up 50 pips. When price action hits, price action hits. You gotta come to the streams on the days that it's fucking moving. On the days that we're just moving. We just had a 15-minute closure. The 15-minute is closing bullish, respecting this range. So coming up with a top wick first. I need a bottom wick first and then a continuation to the top, right? Because if we come up for a top wick first and we get our 10 pips, then I'm going to most likely just close it. But if it was to give me the bottom wick first and then push up, then that would give me more indication we're going to hit my target, and I would hold the trade. Well, it would be incredibly hard for me, bro, to copy trade and then take all of my own trades at the same time. That'd be incredibly difficult. Kind of doing very well. Doing my own thing. I don't even take wicks or dawn signals anymore. I don't take nobody signals anymore. Right now I'm focused on the outcome of the trade. Win or lose. Whatever happens. So this 5-minute did close respecting here, and we're starting to hover around this area right now. We are starting to hover around this area. The most that we saw was a 6 pip push. 7 pips. I mean, on the rebreak of this high, there should be no reason why this comes back down. So if this does rebreak this high here, that's when I'm gonna go break even. That I needed that bottom wick for that 15, so we just came to retest that bottom wick area for the 15. So if this is where we flip bullish, then this could give us the full range here, at least to my target of like 19 pips. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, bro, you got to get some payouts under your wing, and continue the journey, homie. We gotta load up our pockets. We gotta get in this together and make money. Yeah, but I've been working hard on developing my edge and my strategy and my ideas, and I've been journaling a lot. And I really, 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 really gotta focus and stay tuned into my journal, into my strategy, into my trade ideas. EddieLifts FX. So we just had another 5-minute closure, respecting the range. The 5-minute is just hovering here. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking how we just froze here. And like, we're rejecting these areas, right? We're bouncing hard off these areas. So oh, it's just EddieLifts or Eddie.lifts.
Oh, it's just not true.
Bet. Yo, GC. So, what are we doing here? I'm gonna take a pineapple here, and then if we re-break the lows, I'm gonna close the trade out. On XAU, I don't have these levels on XAU that I could take pineapples off of until the very, very lows there, and I don't want to hold for like 60 pips of drawdown if it does come down. I'm not trying to hold for, damn, my screen's lagging. Damn, I'm gonna have to exit out of trading view and log back in. Yeah, I'm not trying to hold for like 90 pips of drawdown. I don't think we're going to reject off any of these levels. So if it doesn't reject off the daily lows high enough now to give him us like a 10 pip entry here, then I'll take that stop loss. Even if it wicks us out and comes back up, it's looking way too clean on the higher time frame to just destroy these lows and continue coming down. So hopefully we can get like a quick 10 pip pop. This live tried to flip it, it failed. Yeah, we're closing the trade out here at +1 pip. I'm closing out. 5 minutes for the hourly closure. That's fine if it starts coming up. I prefer my higher time frames to align. Let's wait. The last 3 minutes of this 5 closed bearish. For this final 5 to be the one to break the lows and flip bullish, I don't know about that. So even if it does it, we can take some entries confirming the break of the highs on the hourly once we close. Once we get that doji hourly closure, maybe then we get that bottom wick and the break of these highs here, we can get some sort of entry. But now that we're starting to come down and re-break the daily lows, that's where my pineapple was. So if you were on XAU, you would have had a pineapple here and it would have drove up 9 pips, which would have put our entry here, my entry here, 4 plus 9. So you would have been up 5 pips there maybe. Much love, broski. Have a good night. Take it easy. I'm gonna wait for this hourly closure and see what'll happen here. Well, that was a good pineapple, right? That was a good exit. Price is just indecisive here, and I don't want to be in it. If your entries are different and your price is different, and you were down like 3 pips there or 5 pips there, I would have still closed. Personally. Don't be trying to hold for an extra 3 pips and then it completely reverses, breaks the lows. Like, look how close we are to the daily low. We're starting to scoop under the SMA on the 1 minute. Look at all these rejections. So this is very, very tough. Unless we just get that one big pop upward. That's what I was anticipating, right? See how every time we tap this level, we got this pop, tap this level, we got this pop, tap this level, we got this pop. I was anticipating that once we tap this level that I took my pineapple, that this pop would be much higher, and that would have got us to our entry on the first one, putting our second one up 10 pips in profit. So we would have had one entry close break even, one entry up 10 pips. So 3 minutes for the closure. Let's see what we can get. Snake? A slithery, slithery snake? Damn, bro, it's your first comment and you call Jay a snake? Damn, dude. Are you friends with Jay? If not, Jay's about to ban your ass. He's about to go click, click, pow. You better speak nice to Jay. You better speak nice to Jay. Jay's about to pull up with the chopper and blast your ass out of my chat, dog. Come on, be careful out there. You don't want Jay to. Jay's got the chopper, bro. We stay loaded. Chris just said Alfredo high. Well, Chris, my brother, you just should have seen me manage risk like a savage and get out of a trade. Break even. Nah, brother, YouTube loves me. I put something about Trump and it's popping off. Help me get to 10K, my broskies. My long form video is actually doing decent as well. He gave me 6 subscribers, 9 minutes. Pretty good watch time on it. Nah, these gun channels, bro, are savage. See, this was like the other loss that we took the other night, right? On stream, where I said I'm gonna hold this trade for some profit. I'm gonna take the risk here of losing the trade that we were talking about it on stream where we were up in pineapples. It tapped my break-even level 2 times, and I still didn't close the trade out, right? But this time, I did close the trade out. We tapped my break-even a second time, and now we're still pushing down, hovering at the lows. So the probability of this trade going in our favor is diminishing by the minute. So where last week I would have taken the risk of the loss, this week I decided to not take the risk. See, everything is just forming so bearish. We had no top wick here. We came up, grabbed the top wick, and we flipped bearish. The 15-minute is starting to flip bearish after closing below these levels. The 30-minute is starting to flip bearish. Everything after closing below, everything is flipping bearish. So the reversal, the chance of the reversals happening here are not likely. We're likely going to see a break of the lows, a hover between these areas, and then maybe a close back in range and a break to the upside if this is going to drive up. So at this point in time, there's no trade there. The hourly just closed. We have an hourly. This hourly is coming down for a bottom wick first. This hourly is looking ugly and coming down without, I mean, it's not ugly, but these cells look clean. These cells look much, much cleaner. But here, the hourly just closed and we have a fat dump here. We're respecting all these levels. This could be a lower high. What's going on here? Trump caused this push up. Are we going to retrace what Trump caused? Or are we going to... We close respecting here on the 15. So if this flips, it's not so likely. I mean, this is a doji closure on the 13. We have a seller replay after closing back into range here. So this might not be bad. How steep do I want that wick, though? We've already got a steep wick to here. Now the next wick could be here. I have a buy stop here. And this is a trend line break and a retest too. But no top wick here on this hourly. This is the Nasdaq. I would be using the current hourly as my stop loss. Just activated me. All right, let's see what happens here. Was there a soccer game?
Heat.
Miami Heat?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, chat, for locking in with me and watching me trade here. Yeah, the thing is that once we flip here, we should see a strong push. Chris, are you still watching? Bob Daniels, I don't even know what you said, my dude. What, the Heat are doing some fuck shit? Go break even here. That's 18 pips. 18 pips for the night. And we're gonna call it there. The Nasdaq paid me. The Nasdaq did its job. The Nasdaq worked like it was supposed to, and we filled the range and hit my target like it was supposed to. The Nasdaq is just my baby, gang. I'm sorry, gold is just too slow. I could have been a little more patient here, and then we would have probably been in profits on the pineapple here. Um, but the last time that this happened on gold, we took a loss, right? But then when stuff like this happens on the Nasdaq, it just drives right to the target, and you get an 18 pip dub. So looking, it's most likely going to continue, which usually does continue, taps this area, and then we start getting some reversals here. I wasn't the one that timed you out, Bob Daniels. Um, there's rules, brother. So somebody probably saw that you broke a rule or something. So I don't have my own Discord. I don't sell no signals, no mentorships. I have some discount codes if you want to support me, and a like button if you want to support me. And that's it, brother. I don't force nothing on nobody. You can come to my streams and watch how I stream and watch my strategy and play so you could see what I do, why I do it, and why this trade lasted 3 minutes, 18 pips in profit. Perfect trade. Um, you could see why I got out of this trade. Now this can start driving. So if I were to stay trading tonight, right, I would be looking for closures above here on the 5 minute. If we can get a closure here on the 5 minute and a slight pullback, I would be taking breaks above here for a continuation to the upside. Because it looks like we've confirmed that this would be the bottom wick for the day after everything that's been happening here, especially on the way the hourly closed. So the buys would have played out here either way as well, right? These I would have had to be a little bit more patient and would have probably have just kept it a one lot and taken the risk. So these are plays that I have to treat a little bit differently than the breakout, right? Because this is a breakout entry, and then right here I was taking a reversal entry, right? So off the reversal entry, I might want to just give it a little bit more time to breathe, and then just have my stop loss set like normal and just let it hit my stops if it's gonna hit it, right? Because if it doesn't hit the stops and it's one of those trades that does continue driving, you know that after respecting all of these lows and breaking back into this range, you're at least going to get your 1-to-1, which is a 34 to a 24, at least close to a 1-to-1 before your next rejection area, right? So, but
Eddie, how much of a retracement are you looking at in order to take the break of the highs here? You said on the 1 minute. Is that what you said? Okay, I misunderstand that.
I took the rebreak of the high on the 1 minute, but it was also a 15-minute creating the top wick and flipping bullish, which was this candle right here. So if you look, the candle that I took, the 1 minute candle that I entered on was this bullish, entire bullish move. So we on XAU we rebroke the daily low and then we flipped bullish. So I was anticipating that rebreak of the daily low to be the fake out and then to sweep liquidity from these areas over here and then flip bullish. So it was a rebreak of the high on the 1 minute, but that 1 minute coincided with the 15 as well as the 5 minute breaking the high. So I think the entry was like somewhere right here. So see how
so the pump actually happened way after that you actually got into the position. That's what we were looking at options.
Yeah, so you see how it took like an extra 15 minutes for the pump to happen. Here the pump happened within 3 minutes, right? So this is how the trade is supposed to play out. It's supposed to give me that same break of the high, and then 1, 2, 3 minutes, and the pop is supposed to happen. Look, like what I was saying earlier, usually hits my target, and then we start reversing right after that. And I don't want to hold this drawdown before continuation. I'd rather have it confirm support here and then take the rebreak of the high and scalp the rest of the push. But like the same concept here, I was taking, see the candle that I got in here was the volume candle that pushed us out breaking after breaking the daily low. But it just looked like it just needed a little bit more time. So the stop losses were valid. The pineapples were valid.
Like you're looking at getting it almost like what was supposed to the slingshot basically.
Right. So I guess you see how it's scooping here on the 1 minute. A lot of people wait for that bougie scoop, and then they'll take you can see the trend line breaking here. I mean, you can just see how the trend starts to breaking after respecting the daily lows. You get the scoop here. A lot of people would get that first break, the retest, and get in on the second entry here. So that's how Javier or market mechanic trades. Options also trades similar to that. So there was a lot of different entries that were here. I think that because I'm so used to this pushing so fast, that I got a little impatient here and I just pineappled out and got out of the trade.
Would you have really waited that long?
What is this? This is the 1 minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is like 30 minutes of waiting for the trade. No, usually my trades that last anything more than 30 minutes are losers.
And it went through the hour as well. That's why I was trying to understand what you were.
Yeah, like across my last like 90 days of data that I've tracked, my average trade time See, look, like a rebreak of the high here wouldn't be bad to continue filling the range up. But like I realized that the majority of my trades were 2 minutes long, and the majority of my losers were over 30 minutes. So when I see that the trade isn't playing out within the first half hour, I have to start looking to manage risk heavier, because the majority of the time they're losers whenever it doesn't happen right away. So that means that I got caught up in trading the end of the range and price started to reverse on me. So in that case, if that does happen, I want a close pineapple here. The closest pineapple on XAU, I don't have these levels. I have maybe these levels here, which the entry would have been like 50 pips away for a pineapple. That's steep. So if I have like areas where like, if I have like an entry up here where I can get a pineapple down here at the break of the low, at the lows, so it gives us one more push up before breaking, that would be a good pineapple, because then you take an entry here and then you're 30 pips, right? So like a rebreak of the high here, if I have to take a pineapple, I can take a pineapple anywhere down at these lows, knowing that I'll get a decent push up before price does rebreak the low. So that's how I look.
The price. You see the price now coming back down. I mean, it just broke the highs and it's trying to push. We're on the 15 just closed right now, and the new one opened no bottom wick.
So because
Bottom wick on the previous one.
because I would have probably been in here on the rebreak of the high. See how this was the 15 that opened up with no bottom wick, but this next 1 minute came down, created a bottom wick for it, and then flipped up bullish, and we're starting to re-break these highs again. We're likely going to see a decent pop here, to the upside, especially if we re-break the highs again. It's like we're likely going to see a decent pop here. But this level is strong, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's very strong.
This level is very strong. So this would have been your area to manage risk. How steep was this pullback? 6 pips.
If it goes up, it might get to 43 or 44 where the next resistances were on XAU. I don't know what it is on.
See, the push here was higher, right? The push here gave us like 2 pips, and it's hovering up in profit. So if it does re-break the high on XAU, I mean on futures here, I would be break even. And then because of my spreads, if that rebreak of the high should give us that pop somewhere into this range. On here, that rebreak of the high would not be in profit, and it would be in drawdown right now. So it depends on how it looks like, right? Because here we're breaking above these levels. So if I draw my resistance across here, we broke above it, and we're starting to re-break the highs above it. So my entry here would have been hovering 1 or 2 pips negative or in profit, versus here it would have been in drawdown almost the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking of looking at buys. The 15 just flipped, or it's close to flipping right now. Created the top wick first on XAU.
Yeah, that's where the managing risk comes in. If you start seeing that where the top wick is first and it's not the bottom wick, then that's likely not going to be the push. Where, yeah, if noticing that 15, that would have been an area where I managed risk, and I would have closed like 2 or 3 pips in profit on futures. On XAU, it would have been a break even. So after you get that.
Last time that happened, it just tanked. Almost. I mean, it just dropped a lot. So yeah, that's why I wasn't gonna look into that position. I just wanted to get your feedback on that, because it didn't break on XAU, but it broke on futures. Or did it break on XAU?
So like right now, this bottom wick that it's making, it's at the daily open. So this bottom wick here at the daily open could be all that it needs before flying up, you know? So that's something also to look at, where this no bottom wick is at. So now this flip bullish could be the push, because we're at the daily open. So it depends where in the range we're also at. So you also want to see structure, right? You want to see price make the high, come back, retest previous resistance, and then drive. So it might not retest this resistance. It might retest the daily open and then drive. So that's something to look at as well. So here, there was some good pineapple opportunities here to get out if you really wanted to not hold this trade.
Oh, I mean, it pumped 30 pips or so from if anybody had gotten in at the daily low for sure. And you're looking at a very long position. You're going through the hour as well, through the 15 minutes. I mean, it's a lot. So
Yeah, this is like that's like a market mechanic trade.
yeah, I'm not used to those yet. That's that's for sure.
That's the same thing that I told him this morning. We had a little small conversation because, dude, on the Nasdaq, uh, where's this morning at? This is the hourly. So I caught buys all the way down here. If you look at the Discord,
No shit.
I have caught buys all the way down here, and I scalped all the way up. Had I held,
Oh, you didn't hold. Yeah.
had I held one position this whole move, I would have made back all of my losses. I would have made over 70% of the target to pay out in one position, almost no drawdown, just full swing all the way up. So I'm testing these trades out, and I'm just putting that in my data book and noticing these moves on the Nasdaq, and I'm gonna have to start swinging these moves and not scalping them, because these pullbacks would have taken me out, right? These pullbacks were like 135 pips. That's crazy. So it literally drove 650 pips within 4 hours. With a one lot that's 6,500 in 4 hours.
Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made sometimes. Today it just bumped. I mean, after I closed my Dow Jones trade, it hovered for about 3 hours and then it pumped another 340 points. I'm like, what? But I wasn't looking at the market. I closed everything, so I didn't care. But yeah, if you hold, bro, you can make a killing. I mean, that's insane.
Like if
Insane. And obviously with Trump, you've got a lot of potential already.
like even if you're like you say, oh shit, I got stopped out here, I'm wrong, and you just get stopped out a couple times, if you just, bruh, this is crazy. So I scalped and I caught my 50 pips. I caught a push here, and then I caught another push here to finish off this range before the pullback, and then I caught another push here before this other pullback here. So I caught all these little pushes here before the pullback, and then I stopped trading like right here. Oh no, I actually caught this final push here at the 9:30 open. So I caught in this push here, and
you caught the 9:30 itself?
yeah,
The first candle.
I entered. I'll show you what I did. Where's the 9:30 at? Right here. So we're coming up bullish here, right? We're driving up. We just bounced off a 4-hour level. So this is a 4-hour support. Price came up, retested the level, and we just started driving up. So after catching buys all through this area, experiencing this pullback back to these levels, and still continuing to drive, I was like, all right, cool. If the Nasdaq is gonna start to drive down during NYSE open, then we've closed below these ranges. We closed below. We're starting to respect this as a resistance, and price is driving down now to break the lows. What's gonna happen here? Either NYSE is gonna push this all the way down, or NYSE is gonna continue the bullish momentum and continue driving up. So once I saw that we respected these areas here, I had a buy stop on the breakout of these highs over here. Or where was it? It was a 5-minute entry.
Oh, okay. No,
So like,
okay.
so we were bullish all through this right here. So the price isn't just gonna reverse off one candle, obviously, like what Wix says all the time. So either the Nasdaq is gonna reverse this entire move, in which case I'm not in the trade, or the Nasdaq is gonna continue the trend and we're gonna continue driving bullish to our next 4-hour level that I had marked up. I had a 4-hour level marked up here, or like up here, something like that. Right here where I have my alarm is where I had the next 4-hour level marked up. So once we broke the highs here, or maybe it was these highs here that we broke, I don't remember. That was the entry that I took, or it was the hourly flip. So that will show me exactly where the flip was. The hourly flip. Where? Yeah, right here. So, when this hourly flipped bullish here, that's where my entry was. Right here.
No, that's the wrong date.
Oh.
You should be looking at the 26th. Or, no,
Where-
27th, sorry.
What the hell?
27th.
Oh, right here. Look at this hourly wick.
Yeah.
When this hourly wick flipped bullish, this is where, or when this hourly candle flipped bullish, this is where my entry was right here.
The difference is I don't trade the open NYSE on the first candle itself for Dow or Nasdaq or S&P 500 because anything can happen. A lot of the times you'll see a big retracement, and I don't trade it as a half-hour normal trade, a normal open. So what I did is actually on the Dow today, it just pumped and pumped on the first minute candle, and it just kept going. Once it retraced back and then rebroke the highs, that's when I got in, and then I caught 100 points from there. That's what I had done. I knew it was going to be bullish based on everything it was trying to catch up. Same for the Nasdaq, obviously after DeepSeek, Nasdaq just dumped, Nvidia just dumped, Dow and S&P. So the possibility of it retracing everything that it had dumped was very, very probable, very high. Once it pushed up and then created the retracement on the 1 minute, then I took it on the buy after it rebroke the high. So it's a basically same strategy as yours, but you waited at when it actually rebroke the 1 hour highs on the 30 minute itself. I don't know if that was on at 9:35 or something.
The 1 hour didn't have a top wick, right? So see how this the first minute this first hourly candle right here at 9 a.m. we came down with no top wick. So once this hourly came down, grabbed orders, respect the previous hourly low. So this is the 8 a.m. candle opening right here. So the 8 a.m. candle opening low was right here. So we respected this low and then flipped bullish, breaking the high on that on the hourly at NYSE open. That was just money. That bullish flip at NYSE open.
Yeah. You expected the volume to come in and give you that extra push that you needed.
Yeah, so technically I would have waited for the rebreak of the whole high, but I used that hourly flip and as a no top wick area, knowing we needed to come up to create a top wick for that hourly. If that does flip and it does create a top wick for the hourly, that would give me at least this small push, 20 pips here in this range, but it pushed and it continued more. I think I caught like 25 pips or 30 pips. So yeah, it's the same concept.
You didn't go for more?
I did not. The second that we...
Why don't you move your stop loss to break even and then trill it a little bit?
So...
and play it off the 5, for example.
I didn't know that this was going to push this hard. So the second that this candle closed, that we formed the bottom wick and we pushed, I went break even. So I was in maybe like 20 pips of profit here. And then we had like another push up. And then I pressed the close button. We pulled back for like 5 pips. So it only closed me out at like 25 pips or something like that. Maybe 30 pips. And then it flipped bullish again. So my target was this area. So once we tapped this area, I went to close and it pulled back a little bit. But my target was this area. The same thing that I targeted here. The same kind of... It's just a conservative target, right? So this was my target right here. We wicked the target and the price started hovering here. So I could have been holding for more money for... Since 10 o'clock till now 10:30 for 30 minutes. I could have been holding for a little bit more money. And hovering around break even like this. But I would rather just hit my target, close my trade. Like I would be in this break of the high here.
Oh, there it is. It's pumping.
But I'm kind of fried.
On the Dow, but on the Nasdaq, it's actually moving tonight in the Asian session.
Yeah, that was 16 pips. I would have closed. This was my next target here, the next push. But yeah, I'm kind of tired, and I caught 18 pips for the night, so that's good enough for me.
Yeah. No, I'm done. I'm exhausted. Took one position DE, and that was it. So I'm okay with that. Made a good percentage this morning, and then back at work tomorrow.
Yeah, look what you said here. It just dumped after failing to drive, and we just dumped at the lows. Let's see if a pineapple here would have worked. Taking a pineapple here once we wick these lows.
I mean, it might keep going and hit the daily lows and then push from there. But even if there's a pineapple now, I don't know if it'll have enough power to push all the way back up to give you the break even.
Yeah, it would need. If I were to take in a pineapple here, it would need to come up to here to get me out break even.
Correct. I don't think it'll push back up now. And I'm proud of you. You just said that if I would have taken.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Nice.
All right, buddy.
Unless it literally retests the low and you get that gladiator push up. That'd be wild though. I mean, it did it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. What's a fifth time gonna do?
Before I noticed a few things though. Is it took a very long time for it to actually go to the high and break the highs and for buys, right? It took a very long time, but it went very fast down. So the idea, if that occurs, I think that it's usually going to be going into the selling position.
That makes
long.
It definitely makes sense. So looking at the rebreak of the low would definitely be good if you're still trading. Also, if you're not still trading, this wick up right here could be a small little push up to get you out of here before getting out. But if you were still holding,
Yeah.
like when I see wicks like this where it rejects and it comes up, and then I see another strong push like this, it gives me hope. But at the same time, we gotta understand that we just did all of this. It took hours to get there and only minutes to get here.
Correct.
So
that's how I see it as well. So if it pushes back up, great. But you're at the daily low, it might bounce there.
yeah.
Hopefully it does if somebody's in buys. But I was looking at it, possible buys on the 15, then it created the top wick first. I was like, nah, fuck it. And then it pushed back up above the high, created that fake out, and then it just went and came all the way back down in what, 5 minutes? As opposed to how many hours was it looking for buys? So yeah, I knew it was.
Like look how fast that Nasdaq was pushing. When I said I would have taken buys here, that's 36 pips.
36 points. Wow.
Yeah.
And it's still going, bro. That sucks, man. But you know what? You were tired, so you're probably not even gonna trade in anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Of course. I wasn't gonna do that. I'm gonna go get some food actually.
When you're tired. That's just stupid.
I haven't eaten dinner. I'm gonna go get some food. All right, everybody. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Appreciate you guys for moderating.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Eddie.
Yeah, don't be selling stuff in the chat. I don't sell nothing to nobody. Everything is free. I don't like selling anything. Press the like button, and I'll send you a doll hair. Have a wonderful night, everybody.